You guys want to go ahead and listen to this entire article because it's that fucking good. People arrested by deportation officers increasingly have no criminal backgrounds, according to figures released Friday, reflecting the Trump administration's commitment to cast a wider net. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement said 65% of arrests from October to December were criminals, compared to 82% during the final full 3 months of the Obama administration. Looked at another way, arrests of criminals jumped 14% to 25,626 from 22,484, but arrests of non-criminals nearly tripled to 13,548 from 4,918. Overall, there were 39,174 deportation arrests from October to December, up from 27,402 during the final 3 months of the Obama administration. The 43% surge is consistent with trends since Trump took office and dramatically increased enforcement. During the 2017 fiscal year, which included nearly 4 months under Obama, 74% had criminal convictions, an additional 16% had pending charges, according to ICE. The most common crimes were driving under the influence, drugs, other traffic offenses, and immigration violations. The administration has said people with criminal histories remain a priority, but that no one in the country illegally is immune. Many with deep, long-lasting ties in the country who stayed out of trouble were allowed to stay under Obama, but now are ordered to leave. In February, former Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly, now Trump's chief of staff, scrapped the Obama administration's policy of limiting deportations to people who pose a public safety threat, convicted criminals, and those who have crossed the border recently, effectively making anyone in the country illegally vulnerable. ICE's Dallas field office tailed the most arrests during the last 3-month period, followed by Atlanta and Houston. This is what I've always talked about. This is something I deeply enjoy, and this is something I deeply wanted for quite a long time. You see, people who think illegal immigrants are such good, helpful people who never commit any crimes, any wrongdoing, and law-abiding immigrants. That is not the complete case. You see, I've said in multiple videos, and I'll say it here again, that if you give amnesty to people who come here illegally, even if they haven't done anything wrong, you are essentially slapping the face of everybody who has done it the right way. People who come to this country, they do the paperwork, they go through the hassle, they pay the fines. You're essentially slapping those people in the face by giving illegal immigrants with no criminal convictions amnesty, or letting them stay here. And it really shows a bad precedent, because you're essentially saying you didn't have to really go through all that. You didn't have to go through paperwork. You didn't have to pay the fines. You didn't have to do any of that, because we essentially gave people who come here illegally complete amnesty and a right to stay here, even though they didn't go through the same process that you might have gone through. So that says to immigrants who plan to come here the right way, fuck it. Why do we need to go there legally when we can just go there illegally and be given amnesty and a pathway to citizenship? We don't have to do any of that extra shit. We don't have to go through the paperwork and the fines and wait times and all the other shenanigans that goes in with becoming a legal citizen. No, they don't have to do that. They can just come here illegally and be given amnesty. You see what that creates if we do such a thing. So I am all for immigrants, but I just want immigrants to come here who actually appreciate the country, who actually appreciates our culture, and who wants to come here for a better life, not come here because they can think they can scam the system. And that is what a lot of these illegal immigrants come here to do. A lot of these illegal immigrants come here, they get on these welfare benefits, they work under the table jobs that they don't have to pay taxes on, and that is a really big leech on the American taxpayer and the economy as a whole. But you will still have people out there marching and bitching and complaining, saying that we should give these people legal citizenship. And I think that's just wrong, because you have people who come here the right way that don't get acknowledgement at all from these leftist people who are protesting for DACA. And then you have fuckers here who have been here for 20, 30, 40 fucking years who have never made one attempt to go get their immigration status fixed. Shit, they don't even know fucking English. So I am all for deporting these kind of people, because if you've been here for 30 fucking years and you never made any attempt to get your immigration status fixed, made any sort of attempt to learn fucking English, then why the fuck are you here? We don't need to play favorites with the non-criminal illegals. We need to treat them as if they committed a crime, which they have. Coming here illegally is a crime. I don't care if they're the most law-abiding immigrants there are. They came here illegally. They need to be deported and they need to be held accountable. Enough of this wish-washy, sensitive, we need to take care of these people bullshit. No, we need to take care of American citizens. People who come here the right way. Not people who come here in the hopes of gaming the system. We don't need to take care of them, but that's what we have been doing for years and years under Obama. It's like the article said, arrests of non-criminals tripled to 13,000 from 4,000. That is quite a big number in a 3-month period. You know, that's not the best, but it's what we have right now. And I think the longer Trump stays in office, the better that will become. The better chance we have of upping that number to, instead of 13,000, maybe 20,000, 30,000, maybe even 70,000, because there are millions of illegal immigrants in this country that need deportation. I don't care how long they've been in the country. The longer they've been here, the worse it is. You've been here for 20 years and you haven't done anything to fix your immigration status. 20 years, 20, 30, 40 years, and you haven't done anything. That's fucking laziness, and that's a fact. And a lot of the people who come here don't even know fucking English. You've met them. You talk to some old Mexican person, is like, I don't know English. It's like, how long you been here? Fucking 30 years and he doesn't know English. Yeah, well, you can get the fuck out then. We need to stop playing favorites with these people. We need to hold them accountable. And by doing that, we should obviously deport the criminal illegals, definitely. And they must be priority. But non-criminal illegals should be a second priority. Illegal immigrants who have committed no crimes are still here illegally. Illegal immigration. They're here illegally. This is the whole big issue about the whole fucking debate over this, is because they're here illegally. If they came here legally, that would be no problem, but they didn't. And the left is continuously arguing for criminals. It's like you had that one bitch in Oakland, California, who's essentially giving a warning to the illegal immigrants in Oakland, California, to get the fuck out before ICE officials come up and deport them. That is aiding and abetting criminals. She is protecting criminals from deportation. And it's not only her, don't get me wrong. She's not the sole Democrat who's doing this. All of the Democrats within the country, all of the liberals, all of the progressives, they are all for keeping people here who have done nothing wrong. How they're even against deporting criminal illegal immigrants. So we can't listen to the left on this issue, because if it was up to them, they would just legalize everybody who was here illegally and literally throw open the fucking border and let in millions more. And don't forget the fucking refugees that they want to bring into the country as well, which thanks to Donald Trump, we have that travel ban installed. But I am ecstatic to see this kind of deportations happening. I've always said that Trump was going to go after people who are criminally here illegally and people who are here illegally but with no criminal records. He was going to go after both of them. And I still stand my ground and say that's absolutely fucking amazing. We don't need to keep these people in our country. We really, really don't. But I mean, I think it's kind of a brain dead issue when it comes to the left. There's no point in debating these people over this kind of shit. Because all they're going to want to do is let in people from God knows where. Vast majority of them they want to let in from third world nations, shitholes. But I am glad that Trump is finally going after people who are here illegally but with no criminal records. We can't play favorites with these people. We really can't. Because essentially doing that is, in the most figurative sense, slapping the people in the face who have done it the right way. It's basically telling them, well, you never had to do that. So that gives other immigrants who want to come here the idea of saying, oh, well, we can just go there legally and not have to do any of that paperwork because the American people and the American government will just wipe our ass and give us legal citizenship for fuck all reasons. No, we need to have a stern and strict immigration policy that states that if you come here illegally, it doesn't matter if your intentions are good, it doesn't matter if your intentions are bad, if your intentions are bad, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you come here illegally. You're here illegally, and you essentially committed a crime by doing that. Because coming here illegally is a crime, is a offense. You have illegally came into our country and expecting us to give you amnesty. You come into this country illegally, you go on welfare, you go on these food stamp programs, you work under the table jobs that you don't have to pay taxes on, Many of you come here and commit crimes. Many of you come here and are part of the cartels. Bring your drug bullshit gang shit here. So no, we don't have no place for people who want to come here and whine and bitch and only want to be given amnesty because they just so happen to make it over the border. No, it doesn't fucking work like that. Law and order does not work like that. You come here illegally, you're going to be held accountable. And I truly do believe that. People who come here illegally don't need to be treated as little fucking children. That is how the left constantly treats them. The left treats them as if they're fucking little babies, little innocent people who need protecting. And that's not the fucking case at all. These people need to be held accountable. I don't care how much the left bitches. I don't care how many progressives and liberals protest in the fucking streets. They can protest all they fucking want. We need to deport these people, criminal and non-criminal alike. We need to have law and order, and we need to have strict immigration policy. And under the years of Obama, we didn't have that. Under Obama, illegal immigrants got their way for so fucking long that they became entitled to our country. They became entitled to amnesty, entitled to a citizenship. And now that Trump is in office, and we see more and more and more of them being deported, criminal and non-criminal alike, they're bitching and complaining and saying how racist, how mean, how horrible he is. Even though these aren't new immigration policies and laws, these are immigration laws and policies that have been there for decades. It's just under Obama refused to enforce the laws and policies, giving the illegal immigrants total control and total rights to stay here, even if they didn't do any of the paperwork, fines, and all the necessary things to become legal citizens. That is exactly why Trump was such an important president to elect. Not only on a money basis is he important, not only on an economic basis he is important, but also he was important on fixing this economy, fixing this immigration policy that we've been fucking up for the last 20 years under Bush and Obama. Because make no mistake about it, Bush didn't do shit about immigrants either. Because many of these illegal immigrants who came under the Bush administration, a lot of them were working for Bush's buddies, the billionaire buddies, so they were basically slave labor to these people. And under Obama, he gave them the rights to stay. He told ICE officials to stand down. He created the catch and release policy that caused countless deaths, by the way. And he was essentially very toothless on the issue of illegal immigration. He didn't do anything about it. He didn't enforce the laws and policies that were already there that Trump is now enforcing. And now we see that criminal and non-criminal illegal immigrants are being deported, which is a good fucking thing. It's an amazing, amazing change from what we had under Obama. And I hope it truly does continue. And I am very optimistic about Trump in the long term. Remember, this is just under his first year and a little bit more. Imagine how the country will look after 7 years of Trump's policies and him enforcing the criminal and non-criminal illegals to be deported. Just imagine that. It would be fucking beautiful. And that's it for this video. Peace out, guys.